Hey guys, Tara here from TaraAllenHealth.com. I'm here at my normal 1:15 Eastern time on Wednesdays, and I just am going to ask you to bear with me for 1 minute. I'm going to try something new here. Some of you may know that I've got this group, this private Facebook group called Lean In with Tara Allen Health, and I always post my live videos to them after the fact, and I kind of feel bad, and I want to share this with them, so I'm going to see if I click on this now, and see if I can share this with them so that they can see it live too. Let me see. If this doesn't work, I'll give it up and try another time. So how are you? Today, guys, we are going to be talking about a hot topic. If you saw my little intro that I posted above this video, it's about weight loss. This is the time of year, like the end of spring, summer's around the corner. We have had a couple of hot days under our belt already. I'm here in New York, but I know most of the country's had some hot days already. Oh yeah, this is not working. All right, I'm gonna have to figure it out for another time. So we've had some hot days, and typically this is the time of year when people are super focused about taking some action to improve the way that they look. And while I'm not always about just the aesthetics, I believe in helping people to get healthy from the inside out, and focusing more on preventing and managing chronic disease and longevity and that type of thing. A lot of times people end up starting on their health journey for the sake of wanting to lose weight, that becomes the first thing, and then they say, oh, this feels great, and my inflammation is down, and all of these things, and then they end up staying on the good path. So I get excited about this time of year for that reason too, because it's a whole new slew of people that are going to be rededicated to their health and to making changes and seeing results and feeling results. So today I want to talk to you about why it's not about eating less and exercising more for weight loss. We've been lied to, kind of like a lie by omission. So many of us have been told that it's as simple as that. It's like calories in, calories out. If you're not losing weight, just eat less. And if that's not working, then eat less than that and work out more. And some people have gotten to the point where they have really fatigued their bodies and lowered their metabolism so low because their body feels like it's starving. Their body feels like you're not going to treat it well, and it feels like it needs to hold on to every last bit of food that you put in. So this is especially true for if you do some sort of a diet and you get maybe results right away, and then you come off of the diet or you loosen the reins a little bit, and then the weight comes back on, and maybe even and then some. And this is because our bodies don't trust us anymore. They think you're going to try to starve it again. So they basically just hold on to every morsel of food, and your body can become really efficient at extrapolating all of the calories and all of the nutrients from food. So what you might not know is it's not about how many calories or nutrients that we take in. It's about how much our body actually absorbs from that. We don't absorb all of the calories and nutrients from the food that we take in. And there's many different variables that go into, how much you will take. Your specific gut flora, so your microbiome, will determine how efficient you are at breaking down the food to get all of the nutrients and calories out of it. So many things, a little bit of your genetics, but mostly lifestyle type things. But if you are constantly going on these yo-yo diets or these starvation type diets where you're just cutting back all your food and just exercising more and more and more, and you're really stressing out your body will become so good at taking the calories and nutrients out of all the food that you eat. It will also rev up all your hormones that tell you to basically binge. It'll give you all these signals to go and overeat. You'll have tons of cravings. It'll get to the point where you cannot control it anymore. And that's when we end up putting weight back on from diets. So let's talk about other things you can focus on. I'm going to talk about 3 things today to focus on that will help you with your long-term weight loss goals and why these things help. So the 3 things are going to be digestion, inflammation, and hormones. So first of all, how is your digestion right now? Do you have any digestive issues? Do you have constipation, bloating, gas? Do you have heartburn, maybe diarrhea, or maybe you're one of these people with the IBS that fluctuates from loose stools and I should have given you a warning. Yeah, we might be talking about poop today. From loose stools and constipation. A lot of people will go back and forth and they're kind of in this cycle and they can't break out of it. So if you're having these types of digestive symptoms, that's not something to ignore. If your body is trying to deal with that, it's going to be very hard for you to lose the excess weight. It's a sign that something is going on internally in your GI tract. It's a sign that your body is overly stressed. And when you're overly stressed and your stress hormones are through the roof, it makes it that much harder to lose the excess body fat. So one of the main stress hormones in our body is cortisol. You've probably heard of it. And cortisol is a hormone that loves to store fat and it loves to break down muscle tissue. So you want that toned look and you don't want that excess fat. Well, cortisol will actually give you completely the opposite. So how is your digestion? Do you have any of these symptoms going on? The bloating, the excess gas, the constipation, the diarrhea, the heartburn. If you have something like that going on, then there's a clue that you should be focusing on trying to kind of quiet down your digestive system and seeing how that does for your weight loss. So the second thing we're going to get into today is inflammation. So a lot of times people think of inflammation like that bruise they got or that swollen ankle or the joint pain, but they don't think about that chronic low-grade inflammation where there's not a bruise to be seen and it's just something that's there. You know, we might feel some brain fog, we might be a little bit puffy, which you may or may not notice. You may feel like you're just fatigued all the time. You need that coffee. You've got the crash at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. There's tons and tons of things that our body basically like shakes us and yells at us to try to let us know that we've got inflammation going on. By the way, if you're here, can you say hi? I would love to say hi to you. I can't see who's on with me right now, so yeah, drop a little hello. That would be nice. So there's tons of things that our body does to try to get our attention, and usually we just fight through it, right? We'll just give into that sugar. We will have that extra coffee, the energy drink, oh my gosh, or whatever else it is that you need to get through the day, and we're basically starting with like a negative bank account the next day. We're just trying to get from point A to point B. We're trying to survive, and we're not really trying to thrive. So when we've got this chronic low-grade inflammation going on all the time, it's extremely difficult to drop the weight because, again, our cortisol is elevated, so we've got that stress going on, and our body is going to hold on to extra body fat, but also extra water weight because it's the body's way of kind of protecting itself and cushioning all the cells and everything. So we hold on to lots of extra water weight as well. And a lot of people can't tell, especially if you've only got like a few extra pounds that you're looking to lose. A lot of people aren't sure, is that fat or is that water weight? Because a lot of them feel the same. They both feel kind of squishy on our bodies, right? We could tell it's not muscle because it's a little bit squishy, but we can't tell if it's the extra water weight or if it's the extra fat. And usually it's a combination of the two. So we have to work on that inflammation. We have to not only eliminate the nutrition and the lifestyle habits that are leading to this inflammation, but we also have to have this influx of plenty of anti-inflammatory foods in order to help our body. I don't believe in that we have to detox our bodies ourselves. I don't even like to use that word, but the truth is our bodies will detox itself if given the right tools. So I do think that you need to support your body through this way of being able to detox itself. So number one, we talked about looking at your digestion. Number two, we talked about looking at inflammation. And number three, we're going to talk about balancing out your hormones. So a lot of the issues that we have with being weight loss resistant, that you can't drop the weight, or even if you're trying to change your body composition. Let's say you don't care about the number on the scale, or you kind of want to stay around the same weight, but maybe you want to lose some of that excess fat and or water weight, and you want to gain some muscle. So this is typically the people that come to me and say, I want to look more toned. And what they really want to do is they want to lose the fat that's covering. We all have muscles, but some of us have more layers of fat covering those muscles. And then sure, you do want to strengthen those muscles up from the inside too. So if you're looking to balance out your hormones, some things that you may want to look out for. Obviously, if you've been diagnosed with diabetes or prediabetes, if you've ever had gestational diabetes, that's a big red flag as well. If you have tons of infections, like fungal type infections, if your immune system is below par, you're one of these people that just seems to catch every cold there is and then you can't get rid of it. These are all signs that you've got some hormonal situations going on. Obviously, other things like problems with your periods, your cycles, infertility, those type of things too, that can signal that there's some hormone problems. So a lot of it starts with this whole cascade that is around blood sugar. When we have the blood sugar spike, the insulin spikes up, and it affects everything down to our reproductive hormones as well. So another clue that you can look for is, and you might find this a lot of times after a weekend, like the long weekend we just had, if you were eating some extra, savory foods and some extra sweets and maybe drinking some extra alcohol, you may notice that not only were you puffy and all of that, but you also probably felt a little bit more like snacky the next day, hungry, never really satisfied. It's harder to make proper food choices and stick to your goals in the couple of days after the weekend. So a lot of us get into this cycle where we try to be good during the week, and maybe we start to see some results, and then let's say Friday comes and you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and over a long weekend add Monday to that too, and we've just blown back up with the water weight and the inflammation is right back again. And then we spend, let's say Tuesday to Thursday trying to get a hold of things again, only for this whole cycle to repeat. And a lot of times what's happening is people are just they're kind of undernourishing themselves on those days where they're trying to be quote unquote good, which is why at nighttime it's so hard to stay away from the desserts and the snacks. And a lot of people find themselves losing control over what they eat later in the day. Typically that's because they haven't nourished their bodies properly. Either they're just completely under eating in terms of amount of food, or they're just under eating in terms of nourishment. If there's lots of processed foods, let's just say, you might have plenty of calories, but you don't have enough of the micronutrients that your body wants. So it's just going to give out the signal to keep eating all the time. So a lot of times people will find when they go to more of a whole foods diet, they're surprised that they number one, their plates seem to be so full because it's a lot of fibrous foods, but also that they would expect to be more hungry, but they're just so much more satiated because they're eating the real foods and their body's going, thank you, I'm just flooded with all of these micronutrients. I'm just imagining all the little cells saying that. I know, nerd, whatever. So they end up telling me all the time, Tara, I don't feel so hungry. I don't even understand what this is. Normally I would have felt like, I was eating like that and I would be starving all the time. But the truth is what we're going to do is balance out your what you could do is balance out those hormones, balance out that blood sugar, and then you're going to get yourself out of the cycle. And once you can do that, your blood sugar is a little bit lower and stable. Your insulin then comes down. Insulin, by the way, is a fat storage hormone. So when you can get that insulin down as a result of keeping everything stable, you will see that the fat loss can just happen. It's amazing. It's amazing what can happen when you just stabilize everything. Your body is just looking for that. You might have heard the word homeostasis, like back in high school or college, and that's what it is. Your body just wants to find that comfort zone. It wants to feel like you're going to keep feeding it. It wants to feel like it knows when your next meal is, and it wants to feel like you're not trying to starve it. So the eat less, exercise more equation is just too oversimplified, and it really just doesn't work for a lot of people a lot of the time. So my 10-day Healthy New You reset starts on Monday, and it goes, so Monday, June 4th, and we go until Wednesday, June 13th. So enrollment, though, closes tonight at 11:59 p.m. So we're talking about 10 and a half hours. Enrollment will close. If you are interested at all, sign up. I'm going to post a link right here at the bottom of the video. If you have questions for me, if you'd like to ask something before you sign up, a lot of people worry about, plans in the middle of that time, we always work through it. I'll give you a couple of different options. You'll choose, but we always will work through if you have plans. In fact, my birthday is on day 8 of this reset. So I'm going to figure it out right along with you guys. So no big deal. So we can make it work. And the reason enrollment closes tonight at midnight is because tomorrow morning is when you will all get your welcome email package. And that email is going to be chock full of all the information that you need, because I am a planner and I know a lot of you guys are planners, and I want to give you the time to be able to plan out your trip to the grocery store, plan out exactly when you want to do your meals. So I will give you a meal plan and you can just follow it exact. That's what most people choose to do because it's nice and easy. But some people do like to kind of plug things in different areas, like, I'm going to move this dinner over to that day because I've got whatever going on. So I will give you a sample, a blank meal plan template as well. And so you can look at my meal plan and you can have your blank one and you can just fill it in the way that you would like to. So this way you have a chance to read through that. There's of course, all the recipes are there too. There's a reset success manual as part of this email that you're going to get tomorrow. And that goes over a lot of the details as to what we're exactly doing. Like, why did I pick these meals, these foods? Why are we eliminating these things? And why are we including these things? Because I want you to be able to take this information and not only reset and reset and reset as many times as you want, but also so that you can kind of replicate it in your own day, so that when the reset is over, you have the knowledge to say, oh, I know why I had such amazing results on this reset, and you can kind of take the pieces that you want and continue to have more success as you go along. You're probably not going to want to be as dogmatic or restrictive as you would be during the 10 days. You probably want to loosen up a bit for the rest of the time, but now you can see what works for you. At the end of the reset, I also give you some information as to how to come off the reset back onto your normal diet, so to speak, your regular routine, without getting rid of the results that you had. So I don't know if you've seen my posts, if you see my newsletters, but the results that we've had so far is a weight loss between 4 and 18 pounds, and that's in the 10 days. It's really incredible. And all of this is based on science. This is all based on getting your digestive tract in order. We're going to give your digestion a little bit of a break from the foods that are hard to break down, from the foods that tend to be really kind of aggressive to our digestive system. So we're taking care of the digestion part. We're taking care of the inflammation by reducing a lot of the foods that cause inflammation and adding plenty of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory foods in there. So we're taking care of the inflammation. And the hormones we're taking care of because we're going to be balancing out that blood sugar. So what can you expect to see as a result, besides losing the excess fat, besides losing excess water? But you will find that your sugar cravings, practically vanish. That's what almost all the people who have done the reset have said. And not necessarily, all the way at the end of the 10 days, but many times just within the first 2 or 3 days, those sugar cravings go away, because once we stabilize things, we're quieting the body, we're quieting the inflammation, and we're stabilizing your hormones, your blood sugar, your insulin. Your body just doesn't have a need to send out those strong sugar cravings anymore, because it's off of that roller coaster. So it's able to just maintain this way. Instead of just burning sugar all day long, your body then goes into more of a fat burning mode. Now, this is not a ketogenic diet, so I don't know how much you guys know about this type of thing. It's not ketogenic, but it is a lower glycemic. So we're keeping everything with smart carbs, lots of fiber. We're doing veggies, we're doing fruits, we're doing some starchy vegetables as well, and then plenty of healthy fats, plenty of clean protein, and every meal and snack is balanced. So this is not like a juice fast. There's nothing like that. You're just going to be eating things in balance and calming everything down in your body. You'll feel amazing. You'll look amazing. You'll head into the start of summer with this confidence and this momentum to just keep going forward. So that's what I love about this time of year. The next reset won't be until September at the earliest. So there will not be another reset over the summer. If you're interested in doing this, if you've got any interest at all, then reach out to me and let's chat, because I'd like to get you in with us. So that's it. You know, the other thing I want to mention that's big for the inflammation is that we do a 12-hour fast overnight. So some people call this intermittent fasting. I just, you know, you can call it that, or you can call it you're giving your digestive system a little bit of a break. But we'll stop eating dinner. Let's say, you can choose your times, but let's say you stop eating dinner by 8 and you don't eat breakfast the next morning until 8, or you stop eating dinner at 7, you don't eat breakfast till 7. Whatever it is, it's typically, most of those hours are spent in bed, so you're not like, you know, awake for 12 hours starving. And it just gives your body that chance to decompress, digest all of your food, and then overnight do all of that powerful cell cleanup. So that's the time of night that if we don't have that extra food in our system, our bodies are meant to go in there and get rid of all of that extra cell junk, all the waste our body makes during the day, the toxins and all that stuff. So you're really, really like speeding up your detox, you're clearing out your detox pathways, and you're going to feel so much better and so much more energized as a result of just that alone. So if you have any questions for me, you can drop them in these comments. I'm going to come back to this, or shoot me a little message and we'll talk about it some more. I'll post a link for the 10-day reset here, and I'd love to see you join us. And for those of you who are already signed up, I am excited to start. We start on Monday, and keep an eye out for posts inside the Facebook group, because there'll be daily posts inside there as well to support you guys further, and you're going to be getting daily emails throughout this whole process too. So hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.